What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So this is remodeling a bathroom while using it, part 3. So, you know, it is nice being single. It really is. It's a lot of no headaches kind of thing, you know. I don't have to worry about some chick taking my house from me or half of my stuff, and I don't have baby mama drama like everybody at work. You know, I'm not paying child support to anybody. But it would be nice, I tell you what, it would be nice to have a little bit of help, because this is kind of exhausting, you know, every single day after work. But it's also the project that we're working on. It's like a major inconvenience type of project. It's not like just a door somewhere in the middle of the house. Like, doesn't matter, I could milk that out for 3 weeks if I had to. But it's the bathroom. So it's like you need to dive in head first and get it done. And I'm definitely going to be running up the credit cards a little bit, just to get this done, you know. But I'm also trying to plan ahead a little bit, and I'll explain. But, you know, we're making my bathroom great again. Or are we building back better? Like Joe Biden? I don't know. Let me know. And I do want to do the closet next, but my shop is 35 minutes from my house, so we're going to save that for the weekend. We're going to cut all the shelves, we're going to make a new soffit and face frame and doors, all at the shop, maybe slightly oversized, and we'll cut it down on site and fit it in there snug. But in the meantime, there's nothing stopping us putting 2 coats on the ceiling paint, and 1 coat on the walls, while the vanity's not in our way, less to cover. So I started with 3rd coats of charm, you know what I'm saying? Anything that I missed after we primed, got that done. Went to the depot, grabbed a whole shitload of paint. 10 gallons, and actually I needed 15 gallons. I needed 15 gallons of paint, man. Because I've already gone through 3 of these trim paint things, and I actually looked. If you buy 4 gallons of paint, like that, at Home Depot, it's the same price as buying a 5-gallon bucket. So you're getting 1 gallon of paint for free. So it makes more sense to buy 5-gallon buckets, especially if you have 2 other apartments to do. And yeah, I have 4.5 gallons of gray there, but the tiles are gray, the grout is gray, the vanity is going to be gray, and I don't want to paint the walls gray. That's too much gray. And it's too dark. So I got ultra pure white ceiling flat paint, and I mixed these little, these guys, Microban resist mold and mildew, you know, because it's gonna be in a bathroom. So I mixed some of this stuff in there so we don't have mold and mildew growing on the ceiling. And we'll use that for the ceiling in the bathroom, and we'll use it for the ceiling in the kitchen and anything else that I need to do, because there's a lot to paint here. Then I grabbed 5 gallons of ultra pure white interior eggshell enamel for the walls. So we're going to do white on the bathroom walls, we're going to do white in the kitchen, and I'm going to save the gray, because my plan is for all 3 apartments, the living rooms, the bedrooms, the offices, to be gray. All the same color. So if I have a tenant turnover, it's extremely easy to go in there and touch up the paint, because I know what it is, and I have a 5-gallon bucket of it, you know? Alright, so we have exactly 3 days until the weekend. So I want to use these 3 days wisely, and I figure we'll start in here and fix our casualties of war. I sanded the 45 already, over there and right there, because we busted the wall open there from sawzalling in the bathroom, and we ripped a stud on the other side and pulled a screw through the wall. So I sanded the 45, threw on a coat of paint, and there's like these little tiny sand holes. I mean, is it the end of the world? No, but I know it's there, so it will bug me. So I got the Vornado on it. I'm gonna let this dry for a minute, and we'll come in here with the finish mud. Just fill in the little sand holes, heat gun it dry, sand it, second coat it, put this room back together. I got the pride flag back up and everything, guys. Look at this. Duke's got his bed back. Haha. He doesn't have to sleep on my face anymore. Well, he hasn't really been sleeping on my face. He's been sleeping like right there, next to the pillow. We're looking good in here, except for the bed is about ready to collapse. Got this from IKEA like 12 plus years ago, and it's lasted this long. But just from painting this room, sliding it in and out, it's on its last legs. And look at the dust. Look at the dust. So I was like, okay, well, if the IKEA bed lasted me 12 plus years, maybe I should just go on their website and buy another one. I was thinking it was like 150, 200 bucks max. No, it's 350 bucks for a particle board bed. I don't know. I feel like we could build a better bed for the same or less money. Well, another day, another hour and a half-ish. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 coats on the ceiling today. Put the lights in permanently. The grout lines look good everywhere. No complaints, but except for up there. So there was a couple of cracks starting because it was a thick grout line. So I threw a bead of gray Quad Max across the whole top because, you know, I meant to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm sticking with. And because Quad Max is so stiff, I was able to just gently lay my bristles across and just get it done, man. Paint it, 2 coats, put the lights in. Bob's your auntie. See you later. Alright guys, the cheat sheet is complete. So obviously, like, baseboard, door trim, window trim, I'm not worried about it. It's just a miter saw. I can do that in my kitchen if I have to. But anything that requires ripping down, planing, using the router to round the edge, I want all of that done off-site in the shop where it's warm. So we've got more, a lot more than just the face frame and doors to do this weekend. Tell you what, Duke's up my butt sideways tonight. He's relentless sometimes. He wants me to go outside. He wants me to go for a walk with him, so I have to find a reason to go walk outside. So we're gonna go get some ice cream from the corner store. So I think I figured out Duke weird enough. Like, he's up and down the stairs like all afternoon. I open the door every single day and I give him the opportunity to go outside, stretch your legs, go make yellow snow, go see a friend, go do something besides bug me, you know? I feel like it's crappy to trap him in here all the time. So every day I give him the opportunity to go outside, but he's up and down, he's bugging me. And I'm like, dude, I'm painting, man, can't you see? Like, but sometimes he'll just bug me to the point where I'm like, all right, let's go for a walk, you know, and I get to the corner store and he takes off. Can't find him, don't know where he goes. Well, actually, I know where he goes. He goes to his friend's house, and I'm calling him to come back in, you know. I have no idea. I know it roughly where his friend's house is, but not exactly. I know it's somewhere over by the corner store. But I've got him trained good, man. That cat will be home by 7. Guaranteed. He gets a treat every night. Don't think your cat doesn't know what time it is, because they do. They have a little clock inside their head. Just heated up some steak tips and mac and cheese, his favorite, so I'm sure he won't miss out on it. I shit you not, guys. I'm not even done eating yet. What time is it? 6:51. Guess who's back? Insane, man. Absolutely insane. It's treat time. And I did put a little steak in this bowl for him. I hook it up, you know. It's Friday, peoples. It's Friday. Thank God, man. I'm exhausted. So the plan was to, you know, seal the grout, change the toilet pipe, paint the walls. But I changed it slightly because I'm pretty tired. So I put 2 quick coats on the walls, just so I could set the toilet permanently and not have to move it again. and I put the medicine cabinet in. I can put, you know, towel holders up, and if I scuff the wall, it doesn't really matter, because by the time we get the trim and the built-in and everything in place, no matter what, you know, we're gonna have to do a light dusting touch-up coat at the end, because you'll get stuff like this. You know, that didn't show up until I got the finish coat on, so I'll have to like cut that out with a knife and, you know, put some mud, sand it, and touch it up. So no matter which way you slice it, man, we're gonna do one more coat at the end. But I got the toilet in permanently, cleaned all under it nicely, set it, and I even caulked it in with this nice gray color. All right, we'll start with some shop safety and cover up your firearm so she doesn't get dusty. Having a little bit of trouble getting motivated this morning, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It's like already 8:30. I haven't done nothing besides sit here in front of the heater. Oh, it is brisk. It is brisk this morning. I guess that's what you'd expect for the middle of February, but it's not heated in here. We have a heater, but we just can't get the propane bottle filled. I don't know why. So, Mr. Big Buddy it is. And believe it or not, this heater will heat this whole shop. It just takes a minute. It's a little slow. And my dumbass, right? I bring the wood glue out of my truck and I put it in my house to keep it from freezing overnight. And I get up this morning, I throw all the wood in the truck, and I forgot the wood glue. The closest Home Depot or Lowe's is back by my house. So, yeah, we don't need that much. So it looks like there's a little bit left of this walnut flavored wood glue. And we've got my sister's Gorilla Glue. She had some over there, so thank you. But it's all frozen, so, oh, it's starting to thaw out a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just thawing out the wood glue, thawing out myself, getting a little heat in here. And then we'll dive into that. But I just wanted to check here. Oh yeah, as remembered, we've got a bunch of nice slices of walnut down there. For something later, we got Baltic birch, we got regular birch. Oh yeah, we got 1-inch birch. Oh crap, I had the MDF. I think it was only like 24 bucks that I spent in the MDF though. Yeah, and this stuff's kind of hooked because it's been sitting here a while, so I'm gonna probably just use the straight stuff. Oh, I had 1/2-inch MDF. We've got pine for the soffit, more Baltic, more regular birch, slices of red oak. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff here. Plenty, man. And I didn't pay for any of it. This is all just like kind of left over from jobs and stuff, either my side jobs or my boss's jobs, you know. A piece of plywood like that, he would just hum it in the dumpster. See, it comes in handy. Keep at least like, I mean, a piece of plywood that size could be useful for all sorts of stuff, you know, a vanity, a shelf. And that stuff is expensive too, man. Very, very expensive. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with face frame and doors, because I have to glue those up. You know, we have a lot of routering and gluing to do. And then once face frame and doors are glued up and they're sitting and they're drying, while we're waiting on them to dry, we'll go and cut everything else. The sill, the soffit, you know, the cleats, everything that we need for everything. there's our rough face frame. Still needs to be planed, sanded, you know, router the corners, break the edges. But I stuck with the same design, except I made the top door a little bit smaller than it was, and I made the bottom door a little bit bigger than it was. Because I liked having two smaller shelves up top for smaller things. You know, pill bottles, and, you know, medications and whatever up there. And then bigger stuff, like you have room for towels and toilet paper and all that down low. So I used a nice wide board at the bottom, and then just went with 3.5 everywhere else. So this wide board at the bottom will give us room. That way I don't have to be exact with the baseboard. You know, I can just get whatever, as long as it's whatever, you know. And it can land somewhere on this. And it'll just ride right across the face, covering our gap. And we know now that this is our dimension that we need. 23 inches wide, we've got that. 85 1/4 tall. We don't have that because of the boards being short. So we're actually 1 3/8 shy, which, yeah, will be covered with the base. So now we can use this face frame and take measurements inside these little squares and make doors. And there we go. Just a little raised panel that'll just go in the back. Should be good. Let's glue it. All right, there they are. All planed, routed. Mortises for hinges. I broke edges front and back here. Left side doesn't matter, it's getting caulked to the wall. And right side, I did the leading edge because that might stick out. Well, it will stick out at the top. Back edge doesn't matter. But yeah, everywhere else, nice broken edges. Sanded, planed, good to go. So I'm gonna load this stuff up, clean the shop, and get the hell out of here. All right, guys, we're back. We got the miter saw, 18 gauge finish nailer with 1 1/4 and 2-inch nails. We got our face frame. The doors are in the other room there. And I tell you what, at the shop, in the shop setting, you look at this and you're like, I don't know. It's not half bad for a hack job. But then you get it home, right? And you see it in a different light. And you're like, well, damn. These aren't half bad compared to everything else in here. These almost look semi-professional if you know, squint with one eye. I'm gonna leave these in here laying down flat. Because we don't have the hardware to hang them anyway, and I want to put a coat of primer and a coat of finish paint on those before I even put hardware. And I'd like to put the face frame in, but we can't until we get the soffit in. So we're gonna start getting these cleats in, which I'll show you guys a little trick that I've learned for if you're ever trying to put up shelves or cleats or something like that, and you don't know if there's a 2x4 behind the wall or there isn't one, but you need to put a cleat there. I put Quad Max on the backs of these, just like a bead down the center, and I'll stick it to the wall, shoot a few nails through it to hold it until it dries. And then once that Quad Max dries, I mean, you're not getting it off. If you pry it off, it's gonna rip the drywall with it. This stuff is insanely strong. So we're gonna tuck these right in there behind the pipe like this to give us something to nail our soffit to, and the same thing on the back. Little cleatage give us something to nail to. And then probably the same thing with the shelves. You know, we might hit a stud or two, but I'm gonna put Quad Max on the back of these little cleats anyway. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot. So if you got an old house, one of these will be your best friend right here. Easy Scribe. So it comes with a carrying case and a bunch of extra leads. And you can just open and close the spread here. It's got a little pencil lead and a guide shoe here that you can run against the wall or whatever you need. And basically, look at that board. Do you see how crazy that is? It like bellies out and then goes down. Because this back wall is all over the place. So I just slammed it in, put the level on this edge, got as level as I could, but we kind of have to go by the pipe. You know, I want to get it in as tight as I can, and if it's a little off plumb, it doesn't matter. I just want as much space as possible. So yeah, I just went as plumb as I could, adjusted the tool to the biggest opening over the whole length, and then scribed in this piece of plywood, went out and cut it with the jigsaw. I mean, I had a ½ inch gap before, and now, yeah, we're nice and tight within a caulkable tolerance, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I kind of put a square on the wall here, try to get this board as square as I could with the wall, and marked it on the outside. But now we kind of need to mark the inside somehow. So we need to come over 3/4 and then put our cleats. All right, one of my favorite little planes, Lee Nielsen violin maker's plane. You gotta keep it sharp, but this thing comes in handy a lot. So that looks good. Everything is caulkable from there. You know, a little gap at the top, no problem. A little gap down the side, no problem. I put a little wood glue in between this joint here to keep it from, you know, the paint from cracking. And it's just from here to there. This sticks out a little bit past that, so I'm just gonna flush it up with the plane, and that's good to go. All right, now we got the face frame just roughly in place. I use my little lifter tool to lift it and slam it up. Put my level here, plumbed it, and then just kind of cranked it in place. So now it's perfectly plumb and it's right where it needs to be. So we can now look up the sides and see it's touching down at the bottom, but then we get a gap, and then we have a little gap at the top. So I think it's worth just running the scribe tool across the top and down the side, and then go cut it. Then I should be able to just slam it right into the corner. It'll be perfectly plumb, perfectly ready for nailing. We're gonna put a cleat back here, and we're gonna put a cleat back here just to strengthen it up, and we'll square it up off of this wall. You know, we'll put a square here, make sure it's square, make sure everything looks right by eye, you know, against the tile. And if not, we'll fudge it around until it looks right and then set it. It's starting to look like a bathroom, guys. Check this out. Everything from the shop that we made is in. All of it. The sill, the shims for the window trim, all the cleats, the soffit, all the shelves, the face frame. This shelf comes all the way to the face because it kind of divides the two cabinets, but these shelves I hung back slightly. Just went up to the cleat that holds the face frame, just to make things easy, because these were difficult cuts and they were wildly different every single shelf. And yeah, I kind of like them hung back just a little bit. I had some 1x4 in the basement, you know, scrap. Had enough to do the baseboard inside and a piece under here. I changed the toilet pipe. Nice new chrome scutcheon, chrome pipe, new valve, and most people don't know this, but most people just open the valve until it stops and they'll leave it like that. You want to open the valve till it stops and then crack it forward and leave it like that, and you'll get much more life out of your valve. Little trade secret. I put up my you know, toilet paper, towel holders just temporarily. I like to put these things on before the final coat in case you need to put a pencil line or you scuff the wall slightly. I could just cut in around these if I felt like it. And also the Quad Max under the toilet, it's been like almost 2 days now and it's still not cured. So I wonder if it's the cold air coming from below, because with the ceilings open, it's unconditioned space underneath the floor. And it's just really taking a long time for that Quad Max to cure. And I noticed this was always the coldest room in the house, always. We insulated the walls, the ceiling, and we were still getting some drafts because the floor was open, but as soon as I put that go board and tile down, this room became like almost a hot box. So I was wondering, like, I mean, it's warm in here. That should be curing or cured by now, but it hasn't. So I'm just gonna keep baking it, man. This heater's great for this kind of stuff. Throw it in there, bake stuff overnight, come back in the next day and keep going. So on to the next. One more trip to Home Depot. We're gonna go with 1x4. Like everywhere else in the house is just 1x4 square stock. That's why I went with it for the closet. We're gonna do it for the window trim. We're gonna do it for the baseboard. We're gonna do it for the door trim. Yeah, and then we need to go get this. And this is next. So am I the only one that has a boss that just really like gets under your skin sideways sometimes and confuses the hell out of you? So I'm texting my boss this morning and I said, when is the power going to be turned back on? The basement is flooded. There's no way to work down there. He wants us to underpin the basement, the foundation, and dig out the basement. But there's a foot of water in the basement, right? And there's no power. We need the pumps back on. He says, tomorrow. It's a holiday today. Send pic. He didn't believe me that the basements were flooded, so I sent him a picture. Then he tells me the only thing to do there is to rake the banks outside. So I said, okay, it's the only thing to do. So me and the guys raked the banks and we made a pile and we were done and we left. I mean, what else are we gonna do? You know what I mean? I feel like this guy would rather pay us to waste our time, make us stand around just to please him. I mean, God forbid he lets us go home early. God. You know? And like, we don't see this guy for weeks sometimes. Weeks. Never shows up, never comes to the job. But the one day he knows that there's not much work to do, he shows up. He says, you raked for 3 hours? I got here at 10. 3 of you? Yeah, 3 of us. That's how many employees you have. 3 of us raked the bank and left. Like, what do you want from me? So I'm like, okay, what else do you want to do? I'll turn around right now. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll be right back. And then he just ignores me. So I don't know what the guy wants, man. He came in just to catch us leaving so that he could save himself a little bit of money. But you know what? It's not our fault. That's his job to line up work, not ours. You line it up, and we'll do it. That's it. Just like this bathroom. I lined it up for myself, and I did it. You know? Got the vanity, because I had an early day at work today. Grabbed the vanity, grabbed all of the baseboard, slapped on the window trim, slapped on the baseboard, chucked this in, caulked it in. I don't know if you guys remember, what the old caulking joint looked like around the old vanity, I will insert clip right here. Well, yeah, I would say no more 1.5-inch caulking gap, you know, home job or special. Looking good. So now we're on to the worst part, guys, for me anyways. It's the body work, the scraping. You know, because all of this paint, this lady just didn't, look, I can pull it right off. She doesn't understand adhesion. You need adhesion. You can't just slap a coat of paint over something and call it new. That's not how it works. So I want to scrape all that off. Sand, fill, prime, paint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like a good body work, sanding, filling, painting, you know, a good paint job, let's say, is what's gonna make this pop and look beautiful and look seamless. But a bad paint job is gonna be a bad paint job, and it's gonna make everything that is nice look like crap. So we still got quite a bit to do here. What in the hell is that? Oh my god. Yeah, let's get busy. All right, we got the bulk of the scraping done here. And while we're at it, we're gonna test for lead. Just to be sure. It seems like whatever this very first, yeah, this yellow color, whatever that was, like, stuff just doesn't like to stick to it. So you really gotta sand it and use oil base. All right, results time. Purple means lead detected. Orange means no lead detected. So I've checked every single door jamb, every single baseboard that I've scraped the paint off so far in this house, and I've come across no lead. I'm not gonna go and get a lead, you know, certificate or anything. Pay Massachusetts to come out and tell me that there's no lead, because I know there's no lead, because I tested it and I have video evidence of it, because it's on YouTube, you know what I mean? So if anyone wants to know, I'll just send them over to the YouTube channel. Go check it out for yourself. So got the first coat of Bondo. What I like to do, a little trick that I've learned, is I'm gonna let this Bondo, it's gonna start to set up, but I don't let it fully set. Once it's just hard to the touch, that's the best time to come in with a chisel or even a hand plane. Believe it or not. But it's gotta be dry enough that it doesn't like screw up your hand plane. But yeah, it's nice because you can just take a chisel and shave it just like wood. But once you give it all night to harden and it's rock hard, yeah, forget about it. You're gonna be sitting there sanding the balls out of it. So I'll come back and hit these with a second coat. And then maybe I'm gonna do a quick splash of wood filler over all of this. Bondo for the deep stuff, wood filler for everything else. And then tomorrow I'm gonna come home and sand everything one last time. And then we're on to just a quick coat of primer here. And then we're on to caulking, man. And then finish paint. I got primer on this last night, but this still needs to be sanded again. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, so let's put a little caulking on. See what kind of a difference that makes. Oh, yeah, it looks better. Nice, nice. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now let's throw some finish paint on there. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. But it's still missing something. Oh, doors. Oops, teleported to the wrong place. Let's try that again. There we go. There's the closet. That's what I was, yeah. Freaking teleporting machine, it's not working. But that looks like a closet to me, dang. Yeah, look look at the clearance. God, I measured that one perfect. So I don't know if you guys remember the old closet. I'll insert video here. Yeah, you can see that this board was smaller and the door was slightly bigger, but the door hit the toilet. What good is that? Yeah, now seeing that old one again, I think it was worthwhile putting this in. The little extra money and time spent. You know what I mean? We got it insulated. We checked the plumbing. You know, we ran the floor all the way through. Got the drywall all the way through. It's nice just to check on things while you're in there. You know what I mean? But this is pretty sweet. Opens nice. I got these little magnet catches, covers. I even got the covers for the hardware. Fancy, you know. This door I put 2 magnet catches because it's so long. I'm worried about it warping or twisting, but if we have 4 contact points holding it in that same position when it's closed, yeah, hopefully we don't have to worry about it. Plus it's MDF and poplar, so should be good. So while we're on doors, we got one more door to do. It's the bathroom door. We don't have a bathroom door. So I got a bunch of these doors that were, this one, I put primer on this. They were polyurethane. You know, you can see them a little bit down there at the bottom of the stairs, leaning against the wall. But basically they looked like this, the entire door. But I've been using these doors that I got for free. They're solid wood. They're not cardboard and MDF and it's all glued together and one slam from a tenant and the thing blows apart into smithereens. No, they're solid wood. And at Home Depot, if you get a solid wood pine door, they're like 350 bucks each. So that was a major score because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors off of a side job. This is one of them right here. Pretty nice after it's painted with some black hardware. There's another one right there. Pretty sweet looking. So basically the goal is to take this, make it look like that, and put it there. Wait a sec. What? Okay. Duke, you screwing with me? We have a glitch in the matrix? Oh crap, the bathroom looks like it's done. Let's check it out. So, what do you guys think? Yeah, and keep in mind, this is a rental. I mean, if this was like my bathroom, I would have went with all black. But it's a rental, and I feel like black, you know, in the water areas, is gonna be hard to keep clean. You know, so I felt like chrome and stainless in certain areas where I couldn't find one of those in black, so I just got stainless, whatever. These things are cheap, I could always swap them, but yeah. They're accent pieces. It's a rental at the end of the day. It is what it is. For 2,800 bucks, man. I think this is pretty good, considering. I am gonna change that though. That's a 4-inch. Yeah, we got room. So I'm gonna change that to a 3-inch. This door opens more. Transition step, not glued in yet because I need to sand this floor right here, repoly it. Then I'm gonna glue that down. But yeah, I mean, we did a lot. We put an in-wall medicine cabinet instead of on-wall. We put the lights in the ceiling versus on the wall. We added a light switch. We insulated. We put decent materials in, not crap junk, you know. Except for the vanity. It's a little, you know, whatever. Should be good. I think we should do a little before and after. I'm gonna see if I can find a clip of what this bathroom looked like before. Insert clip here. Yeah. Yep. I say that is pretty nice. So kitchen is next. You know, it's feeling less and less like a meth house every day. Sometimes I wonder how in the hell I even moved into this place. If you had saw that, well, actually I think it's on the YouTube channel somewhere. You can see what this place used to look like. It was pretty bad. But yeah, kitchen's next, man. I don't know what we're gonna do, what we're not going to do, but it is next. It's like one of those things you can't really plan ahead, because you say, I'm gonna do this, and then you demo it and you go, oh, no we're not. We have to do way more than that because we just found huge problems. So I'm not even gonna plan for it. We're just gonna start demoing crap and see what happens. Right, Duke? Yeah, Duke says to subscribe. Thumbs up the video or he'll hunt you down. I trained him to kill, man. Trained him to kill. He's a killer. But anyways, see you guys later.